Hey guys, it's Deanna Parks with the Homestead Project. I am super excited to show you a property that just came up for auction in Columbus, Ohio. And before I continue, I want to make it clear that this is not instead of the Homestead Project in Perryville, Missouri, but it's actually in addition to, and I will explain why, because we have to start somewhere. And my business partner, Conrad, is already in Columbus, Ohio. So it just kind of makes sense. And the guy that owns this property is a believer. So it is really kind of phenomenal. And it goes right in with the Homestead Studios kind of theme. So let me show you. I'm going to pull it up here for you guys to see. I did not do that right. Hold on one second. There it is. Okay. So this is the property. It is on the market for 1.7. The owner, his name is Don Lee. He actually owes more than that to the bank, but he has just kind of fallen into some, financial situations. His business, which is Horizon Companies, that is actually doing really, really well. It's just that this real estate property is not. And the reasons for that is, I think there's just I think there's a need to be thinking outside the box. And I think that's what Conrad and I could be bringing to the table for him. So that is giving it away. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, no, it's starting. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. No. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. This is the outside of the property. It's in Upper Arlington, which is a suburb of Columbus, and it is only 6 miles away. It's actually less than 6 miles away from Ohio State University. This is a turnkey ready film studio. And the guy that owned it has owned it for almost 20 years. He's been doing filmmaking for about 40 plus years and has experience of working out in LA and came back to Columbus, Ohio to do his thing. So that's what he's been doing here in this building. And he's just done a phenomenal job. The original owner was a millionaire, and this really was a stables building. And it's wheelchair accessible. I kind of breezed past that, but there's some wheelchair accessible areas here. I would have to check to see if there is an elevator, actually, because that brings up an interesting question. But that is one of the sound stages that they have. And some storage areas. This is behind the set there on the main sound stage. Storage room, different angles of the storage room. This is a kitchenette, bathroom. So he's just done a good job. This is one of the bathrooms. They have 5 bathrooms, one of which has a shower unit there. I feel like my Minnesotan accent is coming back. This is just a shot of a bunch of the cubicle offices that they have. So he took all the horse stalls and renovated them into little office cubicles, which is adorable and awesome. Again, going with the homestead theme. So kicking. Very exciting. These are just some examples of some of the office spaces. Some tech rooms. That goes upstairs. This is still on the main floor. So what we want to do is prevent this property from being, repurposed for something else. A lot of money has gone into this renovation, and which is probably why there's no bids, because this is so particular to one type of industry that man, I mean, you have to have a little bit of money to be able to handle something like this. But I really believe in Conrad and myself and our ability to think outside the box and really make it a little bit more applicable to modern times and modern tech and era. There's a lot of people using social media nowadays and having their own kind of social media platforms and personalities online. Sound stages like this can be used for local businesses, local universities. Like I mentioned, Ohio State's only 6 miles away, so they have a film and media arts program with up to a master's degree in fine arts. So just a ton of opportunity here that you could rent out the space to the university, to students, to local filmmakers. And then, of course, just utilizing ourselves for doing PSAs and commercials. I think with Don's experience and with Conrad and my experience and all of us together being able to think outside the box and be able to kind of mix the old with the new for a good marketing plan, good business model. The fact that we're all believers is just amazing. These are some recording booths here. So some of these pictures are not as not where they would have been in the heyday of his company, as you can tell, because it's, you know, I think he's just not been able to support, you know, more employees and things like he had at one time. There is a YouTube video on this channel, on this auctionohio.com website here with this listing. And I'll put the listing down below so you guys can actually click on it. But my gosh, I mean, it's 26,000 square feet on over 2 acres in the Columbus, Ohio area in Upper Arlington, which is a really swanky area. I mean, there are $2 to $3 million homes just in that neighborhood. Various conference rooms. This is just one of their furnace areas. I think I counted 5 or 6 of those on the whole property. So the guy that owns this, he has a really successful film business, but this property, his real estate, he's fallen behind on. So, which is really, really unfortunate. But as you can see, I mean, you have to have a lot of action going on here to be able to sustain a building of this size and all the equipment and everything. So at one time, over the past 20 years that he's had this, you know, he really was able to utilize all of this, but times change, technology changes, and it's tough to keep up with all of it. So, yeah, my plan, our goal with this, if we were to be able to acquire it, would be to be able to rent ourselves out as a company for local businesses, local organizations, nonprofits, connect with the local colleges and universities. I would love to convince them to do a virtual production program because of how much that's on the up and up with Hollywood and moving filmmaking forward. So I believe you can do that for a lot less than what, you know, The Mandalorian did, which was like $15 million. So we don't have to spend that kind of money. And certainly we don't have the size in these sound stages, but we could do something still of great quality on a much smaller scale. You know, think old school sci-fi films, and you know, you could do a lot with a little. And I am all about trying to think outside the box and trying to figure out ways to cut corners in a very good way and be able to make money and come lower than budget. You know, I'm a big fan of that. So having good business practices. But yeah, I believe that there is a lot of businesses out there that we could take advantage of there in the Columbus area. Mark Wahlberg has invested in 5 different Chevrolet companies there, so I figure if he's doing it, there's probably good reason for Columbus and that being such a good location. So I hope this has been exciting to you as it is to me, because I think there's just so much opportunity here, and this is an incredible investment opportunity. It's not you're not investing directly in the nonprofit. This is for the for-profit business and the investment opportunity that's here. So guys, let's talk. Let's move forward together with the Homestead Project. If you want more information, please go to you can go to www.thehomesteadproject.org for the Homestead Project, and for the Homestead Studios, you go to www.thehomesteadstudios.com. Just don't, you know, go easy on the judgment, because we are still building that website and figuring ourselves out there. So if you would please give me a call, get in touch with me through the website. Either one is fine. And I will get back to you very promptly, because obviously there's a timeline with this auction. But guys, this is an incredible opportunity. And I believe in my heart of hearts that there is a reason why this came up right now. I believe that there is someone in our network of all the people that we know, or some ones that have been praying for something like this to invest in and be a part of something bigger, something that can be good and bring good to the world. So, so please pray about it and get back to me as soon as you can, and think about who you could pass this along to just help us get the word out and help us find that right investor that would want to be a part of this. Okay, God bless you. I will pray for you. Please pray for me, and I'll talk to you soon.